guys, welcome to the Arson Studio, and I am Laura, and I'm here to do a intuitive tag. I was tagged by Harvestkarma, which is, that's her YouTube channel. Her name is Amanda. Thank you so much, Amanda. That was awesome. I can't wait. We're actually going to be doing a Google Hangout at some point. Just my calendar. It's booked. It's so full. So it's just kind of like, there's so much going on. So I really want to get it in though. So soon, yay! We're gonna have a Google Hangout and hang out and talk tarot and talk paranormal stuff and intuitive stuff. So it's really exciting. Anyway, so to the intuitive tag. Yeah, I'll just kind of go through the questions here, and I'll just, I'm kind of going off the cuff, so hopefully I do okay. I have to go and pick up my son in just a few minutes, so I'm trying to squeeze this in as fast as I can. Okay, so question number 1. Share the first paranormal experience that comes to mind. Now, for me, it's pretty tricky, but I think for me, some of the first ones would be, well, the first one that I'm thinking of is when I was sleeping in bed at night, and it actually happened once or twice, I remember, and I was just little, like really little, maybe elementary school, and in the middle of the night, it felt like someone took like a hammer or like punched my bed like really, really hard. So it was just like wham, like really, and I was like, bah! And like ran to my parents' room and slept in there. And I often did that like through growing up. Basically, my parents' room was my room. I slept on the floor like a lot. So because I'd often at nighttime, that was the hardest time for me growing up, and so I definitely sympathize with anyone who's younger and is still kind of in that phase of trying to figure this all out. So yeah. Okay, question number 2. Have you ever had a premonition? I'm pretty sure I have. I would definitely say yes. I just don't remember all of them. Like, I don't remember all the details. Often it's just like, you know, you can see something happening and then it does happen exactly what you were just thinking, and you know, like sometimes it's like it just flashes in like a little image or yeah, like a little movie scene. But like often growing up, like I wouldn't think too much of it. I would think, oh, that was kind of cool, and then I just kind of let it go. I wouldn't journal it or anything. So, and it still happens today like that as well. So yeah. Question number 3. When did you get your first oracle deck? My first oracle deck, I think it was actually a Doreen Virtue one. I got the, what are they called? One is called a Life Purpose Oracle. I got them at the same time. Life Purpose Oracle, and one was Indigo Angel. So those two at the same time, and that was maybe about 3 years ago, something like that. So it hasn't been that long. I've been doing tarot a little bit longer than I have Oracle. Oracle kind of came a little bit later. And I do still use them as well. Yeah, I incorporate them in my readings, so very useful. Number 4, what element do you connect with the most? Just like Amanda, I'm also a Cancer. It's kind of funny. And it's so funny because her answer was pretty much the same as mine. I was like, oh no. Not that it's a bad thing. I was just like, oh, same answer. Water is my main element, again, because I'm also Cancer. I've always had a thing for water, though, and as a child, I always wanted to be a mermaid. That was, like, my biggest thing. I wanted to be a mermaid, and I wanted to fly, actually, but, yeah, mermaid. And I often tried to pretend I was a mermaid while I was swimming, so I'd hold my breath as long as I could, and then I did the little flippy thing. I know. Okay, the other element, though, yeah, definitely earth energy. I really have a strong pull to trees, and the ground, grass. I really, really, really love natural patches of earth. So where things are growing naturally, hasn't been tended to, and just left to grow. I love those spaces, and I always want to go into those spaces and explore them. Let's see. Do you believe in fairies? That's number 5. Definitely, yeah. I haven't had too much experience, not that I think anyways. Maybe I have and I just didn't realize. It could have just been more spirit that I thought it was, but I don't really feel like I've seen a fairy. Maybe once. It was actually just recently. But yeah, I definitely believe they're around. I think they maybe are just like on a different dimension that we are, like a different level than we are, so that's why we don't see them all the time. And maybe perhaps they find certain times when we can see them, or maybe intuitively we're seeing them through our third eye. It's hard to say, to know exactly that. I'm sure there's other people that have more experience though with fairies. For me, not as much. Just recently I did see one though. I completely forgot. I was just falling asleep. Like I was still half in, half out. And right away I was shown a fairy, and she was kind of like this gatekeeper, so to speak, and like she was kind of standing kind of like this, and she kind of went like this and presented this whole land to me. And it was so funny because she was on one side and then there was actually a unicorn on the other side, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, this is kind of hip. I'm like not even asleep yet and I'm seeing this, and the whole land was like multicolored. It was like a rainbow land, and it was really hip, and I was like, whoa, is this like the new world, or is this like an ascension, or maybe just like a different dimension? Or it was so hip though, and so each time I'd come out and kind of like reflect on it, and then I could go back in again, and yeah, it was really neat. So that was kind of a real experience more with the fairies. Number 6, do you prefer the moon or the sun? I would say equal, both, half and half. Because the moon, I love that moon energy. It's kind of like mysterious, and definitely that feminine energy. Yeah. There's something so that really draws me into the moon energy. I really have a deep connection with it. And the sun, I love the sun as well, because naturally I'll just sit in sunbeams. I'm like a cat that way. I'll just, sunbeam, like Garfield. That I used to do that as a kid. If there was a sunbeam and I had nothing to do, I would just go and sit in a chair and just bathe in the sun and just relax and take that in. So yeah, I really love both. I love that cleansing energy too of the sun. Something about that. And the moon energy seems more magical and kind of going down the rabbit hole more for me. Yeah. Number 7, what is your favorite crystal? Well, one that has always stayed true was selenite. Selenite. That's my going strong crystal. It's never failed. I love selenite. I've also just really, really been drawn to lately labradorite. I'm not sure if you can see this one. Oh, there, a little bit. Sorry, it's a little bit. If we can brighten that. There we go. Look at that. I just love labradorite. It really helps me during those feminine times, because my emotional mood swings are like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I find this has been saving my neck every month from my husband and I will end up usually during that time. So this actually, I've been keeping it on me every single time now for the past couple months, and I tell him to go and get his piece, and it helps so much. Like, my moods are so much calmer during that time. So it really, really does work because I seriously was starting to think maybe I need drugs during that time or something, because holy crap. Mood swings. Wow. So labradorite really helps big time. Where am I? Number 8, can you see spirits and spiritual energy? Yes, I definitely can. Oh, this is going so long. Sorry, guys. I can. Yeah, I see the same thing as Amanda, like a kind of shimmer that, like, it's almost like, for me, it's like water. Oh, I just totally put water on myself. Oh my god, I forgot it was open. That's funny. But anyways, so like water, just kind of like this ripple effect. I've also like passed different areas, and yeah, and you know, it'll just be like this flash, like a clairvoyance flash, where all of a sudden you see, yeah, like a spirit's face or whatever, kind of looking at you. Number 9, would you rather fly on a broomstick, make things grow fast, or breathe underwater? That's a really hard question. I got 2 out of there. Well, one is the water, definitely. I always wanted to be a mermaid, right? So, and the other is I've always wanted to fly as well. So, both of those. Number 10, what is the animal totem that you feel most connected with? Gosh, that is a hard one too. Also, like Amanda, fox energy, love foxes. Owls, huge into owls and being able to see that unknown, and there's just some spiritual, there's just like an awe moment every time I see an owl. And the other is crow. Like lately, it's been crow. Anytime I see a crow, which you see a lot here in Canada, or ravens, it's just like, oh my god, these animals are beautiful. And I think they kind of get a bad rap sometimes. I just love them. Number 11, tell me about your first spirit guide. Now, for me, I don't really feel like I've met like individual guides. I think I have a big team that works with me, because one time I asked them if I could see my guides or my main guides that were working with me, and seriously, they did like this lineup of people, like one after another, filing through, and just like kind of, none of them were like, oh, this is like who your main people are. So yeah, for me it's kind of like that. I've had different experiences with different guides, but which one is my main, I don't know. I don't know their names. They just come through. I just work with them and I just say, thank you, guides. Number 12, do you feel more connected to the stars or the earth? That's hard, because I'm also, yeah, starseed. Every single night, pretty much, as long as it's a clear night, I stargaze. I just love them, and I'm so drawn to them. And sometimes I have a hard time connecting to the earth energy. So I guess in that sense, I think it is stars. Yeah. But I do have like a really, like, I love taking in my surroundings, going to beautiful places, natural places. So that's a tricky one. 13, what is your perfect or preferred method to blessing and cleansing? I also like to burn things. I burn Palo Santo, Hollywood. I used to burn sage, but I was having some negative experiences with it. Not just the sage, but I guess I was supposed to do sage and sweetgrass. But oh my gosh, this video is way too long, and I hope I can load it. Sorry. And number 14, what color you feel most spiritually connected to? Purple. Definitely purple. And that it is it. So intuition, right? Third eye. I hope this video can load, and thank you so much, Amanda, for tagging me for this awesome intuitive tag. It was really fun, water spilling and all. But take care, guys. Bye-bye.